Red Sox are supposed to be here in town this weekend. So.
Oh, and you're jonesing.
Yeah, I'm definitely jonesing.
Hang on, come on now, let's do
My
this.
baseball.
Thank you. All right, we're
Sox are supposed to
live.
be here in town this weekend. So.
Oh, and you're jonesing. Okay.
Meeting is streaming live on Facebook.
Oh, we're live.
Yes, we are. We're live. What's up, people?
I'm dancing. I'm dancing for Facebook.
What's up, people?
How's it going, fellas?
Gentlemen, how we doing? We got the whole gang back together this week. Bob decided he's going to get off his ass and join us for a change. We appreciate your presence, Bob. Thank you very much for showing
Thanks,
up.
Bob. Thanks for putting us first,
yeah,
Bob.
We were going to start calling you. We were going to start calling you Scooter, but we didn't want to go that far. Okay, but you know, it is what it is.
You know what? I let you know that, hey, I wasn't going to be here.
At least you respond to my texts. I appreciate that. Yes, very much.
Yeah, and I will always respond to your texts.
All right, we got the Indians on behind you. Nice. Thank you, Elliot. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you're very welcome. It's Game 7 of the World Series.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Against the Cubs.
Oh, God.
Hi, Eliana.
I hate you, Elliot. Eliana, how you doing?
I know. I work on it very hard for you to
Yes, you do. You do work on it. You do. Yeah, you do.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sports Nerds.
Yes, the Sports Nerds are live and in charge. We got the whole gang back together. Bob the Beer Man is here. Casey Masterpiece, Mr. Ken himself, Elliot Lamba, of course, Big E, and my good friend, John G. Olson. Gentlemen, there's a lot of shit going on in the NFL this week. I don't know if you kept up with it. I don't know if you watched it or saw it or heard it, but there's a lot of shit going on in the NFL. To start with, we had 4 arrests alone this week in the last 4 days. Okay,
I saw,
including one of John's beloved Buffalo Bills, who got busted for a DUI.
Hold on. Okay. So we got Ed Oliver. Let me just say the kid's 22. But anyways, okay, go ahead. Keep going. I mean, I don't know about you guys when you were 22, but when I was 22, I didn't even know where I was.
Well, none of that. But guys, this is the weirdest off season in the history of the NFL because these guys got nothing to do. They can't go to the facilities and work out. They can't do no OTAs, all that shit. You know.
I
did read an article about a couple guys.
Yes, and we'll get
armed robbery ones.
Yes, we'll get to that one. Cheryl, good to see you, hon. But yeah, it's and hi, Jen. Myra's here as well.
That was the only thing that I saw.
It's
you know what the nice thing about this is?
What's that?
4 arrests and none of them are Cowboys.
It's a golf clap. That deserves a golf clap. That deserves a golf clap.
Not yet. Anyways.
Not yet.
Yeah. The week is still new. Like, let's be honest, man.
Army in the house. Good to see you.
Look, just to expound on what Scott said, Scott, life is different these days.
Well, this is true too. Yes,
not just football.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Did you show up in your mask?
Huh?
Yeah, Elliot. You do know you don't have to wear that mask. You're in the house.
Yeah, I do. I got the dental thing.
Okay.
I got the dental thing going on.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, going back onto that, we got Ed Oliver got busted for DUI. This was in Houston, I think. Yeah, it was Houston in charge of driving while intoxicated and unlawfully carrying a weapon.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. While towing his trailer with some kind of like ATV in the back of it or something.
Correct. Okay.
Dude, Ed Oliver is so country. I mean, when he got drafted, they did a special on him, and he rides like horses around down in Houston. Like that's what he does. He's a cowboy.
Hey, Clarky,
are all you guys frozen on Facebook too?
No,
I'm not on Facebook.
My Facebook is frozen.
Nope.
No, we're good. Go sports teams win the match. Thank you, Blaine.
Yeah. Thank you, Blaine.
Good job, Blaine. Let's go.
Then again, of course,
he was driving through a construction zone too. So.
Oh right, yeah, that too. Okay, okay. As the resident Bills Mafia member here,
yes,
let me just say that when you're 22, you do some pretty stupid things. Okay, and that was a stupid thing, right?
I did stupid shit when I was 22. I know exactly how you.
Dude, luckily, thankfully, no one got hurt. He didn't get hurt. Cops pulled him over. He got arrested. I hope he learns from it. Like it's an irresponsible thing, but again, I'm not trying to like make excuses because he's still a grown dude. But 22 is a puppy, man. I mean,
Yeah, I'm
really
with you
is.
on that, John. I mean, I did
It
realize
really is. We're all a lot older than that, and we were all 22 once.
Yeah,
Right.
and again, we just we
He's a
all
good
did stupid
kid,
shit when
man.
we were 22.
Ed
and,
Oliver's a good kid, man.
You know,
that's just a stupid.
he'll get through
mistake
this.
to
It's
bring
not
him.
as bad as the other two things that
We're
went on.
going to
This
get
week.
into the other
Right,
ones
all right.
now.
Let's go with New York Giants cornerback DeAndre Baker and
Cheers.
Seattle Seahawks cornerback Quentin Dunbar.
I did.
May
this is what I
13th.
heard about.
You
Okay.
can't make this stuff
Wait
up.
a
only
second.
in the
Wait a
NFL.
second. Time out. I heard that there's plenty of witnesses that say that this Baker kid wasn't.
Again, yeah, and again, I'm going to say it, they were accused of alleged.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
that word allegedly.
Alleged to have stolen $12,400 and 4 watches valued at a total of $61,000. They've been armed with semi-automatic firearms in the course of the robbery on May 13th.
Was they trying to revive O.J. Simpson or what?
I do not
Yeah,
know. This is a lot, not
Brought out of
the
OJ
94 OJ,
playbook.
but the Las Vegas OJ.
The Vegas O.J. Yeah,
Let's
the one that
clarify
goes in
that.
and
Vegas
steals
OJ, not the white Bronco OJ. Right?
Yeah, not that
it's
We gotta
clarified.
remember the OJs.
Okay. DeAndre, they both actually turned themselves in yesterday. I think Friday or Saturday, they both turned themselves in.
Dunbar held out for a little while.
Yeah, he did. Baker, I think there were statements made by both their attorneys saying that they were not involved. It wasn't them, and they're gonna try and fight it. So who knows?
Right. Which means that the witnesses changed their stories after they got paid off. That is it.
That could be it. Who knows? We don't know.
Team.
That is it.
We're not the law.
Yeah, we don't know.
Exactly.
And I'm
But
definitely
that's
not.
what
Hey, I'm definitely not trusting Bob to say anything because he's the one that said Tom Brady will never leave New England.
Oh yeah. When was that again? Let's revisit that.
Wrong.
Yeah. Isn't he the one that said that Tom Brady would never leave New England? Is that what you said?
I think the words were, I guarantee it. You mark my words, Tom Brady is not leaving New England. I think that's
Those are my
Hey,
exact
thank
words.
you for verifying the complete context.
And
I was wrong.
in case there's any doubt, we do have you on video saying these words. Okay.
Yes, I think we do.
and it's on the blockchain. Just
I think it is. It's on
You
the
know what?
blockchain. So yes.
So don't play like Toronto.
I'm
Hey,
sitting
don't,
here saying I was wrong.
That boy. At least you admit it. It's
Right.
good. Elliot will never let you live it down. But
No,
at
he
least you
won't.
admit it.
Fine.
That's good.
Let's clarify something right quick. Evidently, Tom Brady didn't leave New England. New England just moved down to Tampa Bay.
Pretty much. Yeah, that's a good point, man. That's a good point.
well, not yet because Edelman hasn't signed.
Right.
He'll hold
In
out.
due time.
They get Edelman, and you might as well call them the Tampa Bay Patriots.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. So those guys are in limbo. It's funny because Dunbar just got traded to Seattle from Washington
Mm-hmm.
and has yet to make a dime off that contract.
Love it.
So if he is found guilty and he never plays it down, he's not going to get any money. He got to get a decent contract too. So, and finally, last but not least, one of the stars of last year for the Redskins, that would be Latimer, the wide receiver. Cody Latimer was arrested Saturday morning on 5 charges. Okay. He was charged with assault in the second degree,
Is that called one-upsmanship?
menacing, illegal discharge of a firearm, prohibited use of a weapon, and reckless endangerment. Deputies responded to a call of shots fired inside an apartment in Douglas County. This is in Colorado. After gaining entry into the apartment, deputies detained 3 individuals and then took Latimer into custody. Supporting there was shots fired inside the apartment. They detained 3 individuals and then took Latimer into custody. No injuries related to the gunshot were reported. What the hell? These guys need to have a hobby. I'm just saying, we got to have a
And
hobby.
you know what? You can't take the hood out of the player. You can take the player out of the hood.
Oh, and it's not just that. I mean, it's not just that, John. I mean, Bob, it's not just that. It was just, these guys, they're all of a sudden these kids growing up and going to college didn't have a nickel to their name. All of a sudden now they're in the NFL. They got all kinds of money in their pocket. And they think they can do whatever the hell they want.
They got money in their pocket they didn't have to kill for or sell
Correct.
drugs for.
Right. and they think they can get away with it, and then they want see Aaron Hernandez. Okay, that's a good example. Okay, but it's.
I said it myself, and I posted it on Facebook. Once again, it is proven money does not buy class.
No, it doesn't buy class.
No.
Can I, I'm going to go on my rant.
Sure, go ahead, John.
This is the rant that we've gone over every year now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think, yes, they're responsible for their own actions. They're grown adults, this and this and this. A lot of this responsibility, though, I personally think it goes right to the agents. The agents do a piss poor job because if you are an agent, you are basically representing them, right? And you are the one securing that contract for them.
Correct.
So there should be a big sit down with these guys. Say, listen, you got maybe, if you're really good and really lucky, a decade of making as much money as you possibly can.
Yes, we've talked about this.
As much money as you possibly can for the decade. Then when you're 35 and you feel like going on a rampage and going robbing people for Rolexes, go ahead.
Yeah.
Wait 10 years. Let us get through your career first, and then you can go smoke all the weed you want, Josh Gordon. You can do whatever you want. Just let's get you paid.
Yes.
Let's get you paid, and then hopefully within that decade of you've matured enough, because you're right. You have nothing, and then all of a sudden you have all this money.
Right.
Okay. All this money put. Like, I know exactly what that's like.
Yes,
Being broke my entire life, then all of a sudden, whoa! Look, I got money. It's like, well, I'm an idiot. I was an idiot. So these kids, yes, they should be held responsible for their actions, but I think a lot of onus has to go to the agents for being their representatives. Like, do some work, man. Earn your 15% for the love of everything that's good. Thank you for listening.
Well, and you're right, but you're right, John, because it falls on the agent, and it also falls on the player as well. But the agent should say, look, sit these guys down, read them the riot act, and say, look, do this for 10 years, get paid.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're out of league in 10 years, do what the hell you want, but get paid first. Don't risk that. Don't do anything stupid to risk that. These guys that held up this party and took $61,000 in cash and jewelry did it supposedly because they had lost $70,000 in poker a couple nights before. So they were going back to get their money back. And that's stupid. You made the conscious decision to get into that poker game, and you made the decision, and you ended up, you suck so bad at poker, you lost the money. Take your licks and get out of here. But no, they got to be stupid. You know what? Because they're kids, and they just
don't know any better. But holy crap, man, it's like a broken record.
Come on.
Yeah. Either that or OJ was their idol.
Whatever.
So. How to get back your shit?
Yeah. Now these guys
by OJ.
Again, they have not been convicted. They are allegedly supposedly in there. They both released statements saying they were not involved. It wasn't them. They didn't do anything. Yada yada yada. And
I've already made my point about this case.
I know. But it is what it is.
And we interrupt this moment for an advertisement from
Canada Dry. Canada Dry. And we'll interrupt this for just a public servant announcement that you guys do know that we are still the undisputed.
By the way,
undisputed.
Another PSA. Cleveland won't win this time.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, just what happened in that game again, Elliot? I forgot. Did Cleveland come back and win it?
Alert.
No. Actually, Rajah Davis got them tied. He hit a home run off of Chapman.
Yeah.
And then eventually Cleveland found a way to lose it.
Yep. Hey, Marianne.
They come to the rain delay yet?
Marion Chumbus. How you doing, Marianne? Anyway, it was
it's awesome. That's what it is. Say
one of those bitter moments in Scotch sports history.
I don't know what's worse, losing to the Cubbies in 2016 or losing to the Marlins in 97. And then again, and again, I go back to 95 when the Indians were the only team in the 90s to lose to the Braves in the World Series after all the World Series they went into.
That's the only Braves victory.
Only Braves victory was against the Indians. So yeah, I mean it's etched in my brain. On a lighter note, I did get to watch Game 7 of the 2004 Stanley Cup Final last night, where the Bolts beat the Calgary Flames. I was happy.
Who was in it?
Yeah.
Was the Lightning in it?
Yeah.
That's why you watched it.
Yeah, the Lightning beat the Flames in 2004 for the Stanley Cup. That's why I watched it.
I could care less what happened between Chicago and Cleveland, but I just wanted to put it out for your benefit.
I know.
You got to make them feel better, man. I mean, you know.
That's what friends are for.
Exactly.
Right? Next up, this is just stupid. Did you guys see or hear what the NFL is going to do?
Oh boy. Let's get out the political correctness. Here we go.
Oh no, this is what they're going to do. The NFL has proposed to improve a team's draft position if they hire either a minority coach or minority GM.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Okay.
Bullshit.
Okay. This is supposed to force the Rooney Rule down their throat. Okay.
That is bullshit.
That is. I'm sorry. And what happens if they do hire these guys? They get a number 1 draft pick because of it. Okay. Depending on if it's a GM or a coach, and the GM and coach they're just terrible. Whatever happened to hiring people for their talent, for their quality?
In 2020, buddy?
Yeah.
But you
In
can't do that
2020?
but you can't do that as long as the wall of prejudice is still erect.
Right. Well, and again, I mean, I'm all for the Rooney Rule. I mean, granted, yes, you should hire the best person for the job, whether I don't care if they're red, black, orange, green, or purple.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Okay. I don't care.
When you have the Tony Dungies,
But if you've got,
when you have the Tony Dungies, hire them. When you have the Herm Edwards, hire them.
yes.
When you
Yes.
Well, look at this. Look at Eric Bieniemy, who's the offensive coordinator for Kansas City Chiefs, was not even given an interview in the offseason. Was not even given an interview. And they say he has qualifications where he could be a head coach. Okay. So they're forcing the issue. I don't think it's going to pass. I don't think the owners will go for it.
I hope not.
Here's let's
be the best person for the job.
Okay, but let's play other side of the coin here.
I am, Lynn. Thank you. I love
There's a huge discrepancy in minority coaches in positions in all professional sports.
Absolutely. I'm not
issue.
denying that.
It is an issue. So I agree that it should be the best person that gets the job.
Correct.
But it also requires some of these 80-year-old white billionaires to like relax.
Yep.
Yes.
You know, and just like Elliot said, break down the wall. Forcing it, I don't know if that's the right play, because then you're going to get the PC people and the left wing and the right wing, and everybody's going to have a big brouhaha about it.
Right. Correct.
Well,
But there is an issue there.
You know what it is?
I agree.
What it is they're just throwing stuff against the wall.
Yeah.
Because you see how pass interference replay got kicked out.
Now they've gotten rid of it. They got rid of the replay.
They got rid of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The PI replay is done. They're not going back
so
to it.
right now, this league is just into throw up as much spaghetti as you can on the wall and see what sticks.
And as of right now, they don't have anything else to worry about.
Well, that's granted. You're right there too, Bob, because there's nothing else going on. But you know, my issue here is you're just going to reward someone because they hire a minority coach or GM with a better draft pick, which offer giving them a better draft pick. And again, it was, let me see here. They say, trying to figure out what the rewards would be. They don't go into specifics in this article that I picked up. But it's like 6 places for like a GM and 4 for a coach or vice versa, or something of that nature. Okay. So if you've got a team drafting 5th or 6th in the draft, and in the off season, they hire a minority GM, they're going to get number 1 draft pick. How fair is that?
That is bull fucking shit.
It's not fair. I mean, yes, I agree. The ratio of minority coaches and GMs in the league it's.
I'm pretty sure they're going to have conditions. I'm pretty sure those picks are going to turn into conditional picks.
It might be, but no. But they're gonna improve the draft. position.
You know what this sounds like? It sounds like a bribe. It's an insult. It's an absolute insult to minorities.
Right.
I go, okay,
Yeah.
you're going
I
to.
agree with Ken.
Yeah. Yeah. And
It's insane.
there have been several
It should
minority.
not be that way.
There have been several minority reporters that come out all this past week saying how big a mistake and what a slap in the face this is to minority players and coaches and GMs. It's a slap in the face because they want them hired on their laurels as well, not because of the color of their skin. They want them hired because of their qualifications.
Yes.
They don't want special treatment because of the color of their skin. They want these people hired because what their concerns is people minorities who are qualified and have the experience are not being hired, and that's the problem.
That's the problem. But is this the right way to do it?
Right, but it's not. But this is not the way to do it. This is not the way to correct it.
Agreed, totally. That
It starts at
not
the top.
the way
And
to
if you're
handle
giving them, if you're putting a
situation.
carrot stick in front of franchises, some of them are going to take the leap.
But
Correct.
you guys know it's not going to pass.
No, it's not going to pass.
I hope not.
It better not. I mean, that's insane.
Hey, guys, let me share a little interesting tidbit with you that I totally was shocked when I discovered it. There's a list of the top paid quarterbacks in the NFL, 32 of them. Okay. The highest paid quarterback is paid $35 million a year, and the lowest one at 32 is paid $4.4 million.
Are these number one quarterbacks or is it?
They're just quarterbacks in the league.
Okay.
32 quarterbacks.
Okay.
Okay. 3 of those 32 quarterbacks belong to the New Orleans Saints.
2 of them.
3.
3 of them belong to the New Orleans Saints. Taysom Hill, he gets 16.3. Breeze gets 25. And there's one more.
Famous Jameis.
Jameis got, I think, he had the league minimum, didn't he?
Well, I'm sure this list was compiled before Jameis signed.
Okay.
But whatever he signed for. But here's the thing about the list. You go up and down the list, you got Russell Wilson at number 1 at $35 million.
Okay.
Ben way overpaid at 34.
Yeah, Ben is way overpaid. You're right.
33.5 for Aaron Rodgers. That's starting to linger into the overpaid category.
As he gets older, yes.
Yeah. Jared Goff, 33.5.
Way overpaid.
Way overpaid.
Kirk Cousins, 33.
Extremely overpaid.
But you know what?
Carson Wentz, 32.
Well, that's
Very
overpaid too. But
But that was
Kirk Cousins.
got their initial contract.
Cousins got himself into that contract because of what he did in DC with the.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
With the franchise tag.
You like that? You like that?
What did he do though?
No,
What
not on the field. Not on the field, but his contracts in DC were like he was on the franchise tag for 2 years. So they gave Minnesota was stupid and gave him a raise when they
Bro, I remember when he signed there. The Bills were thinking, everybody wanted him in Buffalo.
Hold on. Jared Goff and Carson Wentz both got theirs with no merit and no background.
Correct. Because Jared Goff lost his Super Bowl, but it wasn't his. It wasn't the.
He got his on his initial contract, and so did Carson Wentz.
No, the initial contract, the rookie contracts are like 22.
No, they both got theirs on their initial contract. That's why they are both so freaking high on that list.
All right. We won't go further.
Okay, so anyway, as you go down the list, you're looking at it and you're like, okay, I got all the way down the list to the 32nd guy, which is Josh Rosen at $4.4 million.
I was thinking it was Tyrod Taylor, but okay. Cool.
Josh.
Tyrod Taylor is actually third from the bottom.
Okay.
So he's at 5.5, and Josh Allen is between those two guys at 5.3.
Okay.
Yeah, he's on rookie contract though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I got through this entire list, and one name never showed up, and that is the Super Bowl MVP.
Well, he's still on rookie contract, right?
Patrick Mahomes. He is not in the top 32.
Because he's still on his rookie contract.
I understand that, but you know what? That just goes to show you that was the biggest freaking bargain Super Bowl win that the Kansas City Chiefs.
Right, and you know what?
You're welcome, Kansas City.
And when
You're welcome for
Mahomes
that draft pick,
and when Mahomes comes up to get an extension,
he'll be the number
he'll be
one.
the highest paid quarterback.
He'll be the
sitting
number
above
one.
Russell Wilson.
He'll
Yeah, I
overtake
understand
Russell
that.
Wilson.
Guaranteed.
Yes, absolutely.
But as
He's
for
gonna
right
get
now,
paid.
he doesn't even rank in the top 32.
He's going to get paid, though. He's
He
going to
will.
get paid.
He will
Where
get
he was
paid.
17th overall, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
They were
So
like-
isn't it like top 10? They're tiered, like your rookie contracts are
Correct.
tiered from like
Yeah.
10 to
Mhm.
10 to 20, 20 to 30 or something
Yeah,
like that?
something like that. Yeah, and that's why he didn't get.
Right,
the
because
last
that
contract.
would explain why Josh Allen is up there and Josh Rose. Well, what's Josh Rosen?
Josh
What was-
Rosen.
But look at
Rosen
some of
was-
these names that make
Rosen was like 2 or 3.
look at some of these
No,
names that make more money than the Super Bowl MVP.
No,
Case
Josh
Keenum,
Rosen wasn't.
Case Keenum, Mitchell Trubisky, Sam
I'm Googling.
Darnold, Baker Mayfield,
Those guys were all number one.
Number
draft
ones
picks.
are in the
Marcus
first. Like,
Mariota, Jacoby Brissett. He wasn't a number one.
No, but Mariota was. Mariota was number 2.
No,
Mariota.
all the rest of the
Josh-
guys that you've named, with the exception of Brissett, were all number one draft picks.
Josh
Garoppolo-
Rosen was 10th overall.
Josh Rosen was 10th overall. Okay, but
10th
he's still.
overall. Right.
But again, he's in that top 10 between 1 and 10.
So that'll be a
With that,
higher
as far as how that
contract
rookie contract's paying out. At
than
that,
Trust
Lamar
me,
Jackson.
when the
for
next
example.
Correct.
when the next list of top paid quarterbacks comes out, Mahomes will be at the top. I get that.
yes,
and
he
Lamar
will.
Jackson too. When he
Yeah,
was,
well, I don't know where Lamar Jackson is, but he was.
Well, he
He's not
wouldn't have
even
been there
on
'cause
this
he was-
list either.
he was like the
Well,
last pick in the first round, right?
Yeah, he was.
So he won't be there in that rookie contract tiering or whatever they do.
Still, but it's gotta bite at you for guys like Josh Rosen to be making more.
Well, no, because that's how the collective bargaining agreement was done. When the last big contract, last quarterback to receive that huge contract that they always used to pay their number one draft picks was Sam Bradford. Okay, he's the one that made out because of that. If you could imagine, as little as he did the NFL, he's the last quarterback to be on that old
I
style.
think he owes the NFL money actually.
Yeah,
Pretty
correct.
much, yeah.
Yeah, the NFL needs to get a refund for what they're paying that guy.
Yeah.
But
Same
yeah,
with the Mets
so-
and Bobby
So,
Bonilla.
and with that, when the new CBA went into when the last CBA went into effect, the rookie contracts were tiered down to where they were in these tiers, and there was a max you could give these guys. There's a cap on the rookies at which you can pay them, so that they needed to prove themselves to make their money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, granted, the contracts are still worth $23 million, but that's over 4 years with the fifth-year option. Okay, so when that fifth-year option comes up, if they don't pick it up and they just sign an extension, that's when they make their money, and that's where Mahomes is going to get paid, is when that extension comes up, because he's going to be the number one. He's going to be the number one highest paid quarterback in the NFL without a doubt, and he deserves it, and he deserves it.
Hey,
More years for that.
even 6-game Nick gets paid $8 million a year.
Right.
I call him. You know why I call him 6-game Nick, right?
Well, Nick Foles, because that's only good for 6 games a year. I mean, that's the end of the season and playoffs.
He had a 6-game winning streak,
And
and
Clark
that was the highlight of his career.
Right. And Clarky brings up a good point, because Deshaun Watson's in the last year of his contract. He's going to get paid when this year's up too. So, yeah.
He will.
I wouldn't be
Well,
surprised
I
if
think
Watson
the purpose of the list is to show you that not necessarily those who get paid the most achieve the most.
correct.
Okay?
Correct.
Because Jared Goff at $33.5 million,
But
and he only got that because of the performance they had 2 years ago.
yeah.
No, he got that because of the performance that he got whenever he was in college.
No, again, Bob,
No.
rookie contracts are worth $23 million over the course of 4 years. What year was Jared Goff drafted?
2017
17 or 16.
16 or 17. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So again, if it was 2000, I think it may have been 2016. If that's the case, he was in the when they went to Super Bowl, they must have given him an extension.
They gave him right when they went to the Super Bowl.
They gave him an extension after the
drafted.
Super Bowl. It had nothing to do with his rookie contract. They extended his contract, and he got paid after when they went to the Super Bowl that year. That's why he's making that money.
In other words, he banked.
Correct.
Just
He
the same way Nick Foles banked.
Correct.
This is,
Yeah.
you know,
Same way that Carson Wentz just
Correct.
banks
Correct.
somehow.
Because the
The
Philadelphia
quarterback
just
is the
extended
same
Carson
way
Wentz. The Eagles just gave Carson Wentz an extension after last, and not this season, but the season before. They gave him an extension, and then he got paid. This is, and again, they're not, which means they're no longer on their rookie contracts. They're on their second contract, which is where they can pay him whatever the hell they want to, as long as it doesn't go over the cap. Okay,
Yep.
That's how it was. So yeah, I mean, and I agree. There's a lot of quarterbacks that are getting paid a lot more than what they're worth. Again, see Sam Bradford. Okay, just saying. So, but thanks for bringing that up. I really appreciate it. That was very interesting information.
It kind of still leaves me curious. Why does the NFL Players Association still allow the owners to keep the franchise tag? I don't understand why they keep allowing the franchise tag to be part of the CBA.
By the way, Patrick Mahomes was 33rd.
Okay. Well, as far as the franchise tag, I don't know, because I mean, the franchise tag, and who was it that said? I mean, the ESPN went to Kirk Cousins and asked him about that as far as the franchise tag. Kirk Cousins says the franchise tag can be your best friend if you know how to use it as a player.
Exactly.
2 years under the franchise tag, and then he got paid. That's what he's talking about. Okay. So for in some situations, like under Kirk Cousins, he got overpaid because of those franchise tag designations, because he had to make more per year than what he was when he got the tag. Okay.
Right.
Blake Snell. What did Blake Snell have to say?
By the way, just to round out,
is he going to baseball?
Just to round out that list.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes came in at 33rd with 4.1 million. Dwayne Haskins came behind him at 3.6. Deshaun Watson next at 3.5. Lamar
He's going to get paid. He'll be getting Russell Wilson money. He'll be getting Russell.
And Drew Lock 1.7.
Well, Drew Lock needs to prove himself this year. Denver.
I cleaned it, don't worry.
I think Drew Lock will be okay.
I think you will too.
Really
They gave Drew Lock some weapons in the drafts.
I know. I wanted the Steelers to get KJ Hamler, and they didn't. And I was hitting my button.
What button?
My button that was like this.
They got Jalen Hurts instead.
Not that one, the bigger size.
Didn't
Was my button that I was hitting whenever the Broncos drafted KJ Hamler. And then Steelers 2 picks later ended up picking Chase Claypool.
Okay.
Who I was happy about.
Right. All right. And Brett asked me the question. He wants to know my thoughts on Blake Snell comments on the season. We're switching to baseball here for this question.
Oh, why didn't you tell me that earlier? I could have left.
No, this is for one question. Then I got more NFL.
Yeah, I got some NFL too.
Major League Baseball needs to adhere to the contract that they decided on to begin with. They can't adjust it now. No, they just go with what they proposed the first time. Baseball is going to start up again first week of July. They need to, if they're going to take a 50% pay cut, leave it there. Don't make any changes to it. It is okay. That's all I have to say about it. I don't care. You're going to get paid regardless. The next thing on the NFL I have is the NFL has said that the teams can begin reopening their facilities this week.
Mm-hmm.
Coaches and
non-rehab players. But the players and coaches won't be there for
correct. Just administrative at this point, and they can only open up under CDC guidelines and the state guidelines, depending on where they are located. Okay, the NFL is running their schedule like they're going to play in September. That's how they're doing it. The Dolphins have come up with propositions as far as maybe 15,000 people in the stands, although I don't know how they're going to control that. There's other teams that are talking about that as well. Players are saying they don't want to play without fans, but I don't know. I mean, they NFL's just playing is doing it business as usual. So I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
I don't see any way they're playing with fans.
I have it. I normally go to my mom's. I normally go to my mother's every year in July to meet up with my sisters. That's not happening this year. I'm not going anywhere in July. Okay, it's not going to happen.
I'm still going on vacation in July. I'm not going on a cruise like I was going to, but I'm still going. My family and I are still going to Helen, Georgia instead.
But I don't know that. I mean, this is the new normal because
this is the new normal.
Yeah, like I said, like we talked about earlier, NASCAR's running races, but there's no fans. Golf's going to start back up until June 11th, but there's not going to be any fans. It's just going to be
next Sunday is the Champions Tournament or the Champions Showdown. Peyton Manning.
Well, yeah, there was golf today too. I don't know if you saw it. There was golf today too.
Yeah, I'm just letting everybody know about.
We got Peyton. We got Peyton and Brady and Tiger and Phil doing a
3:00 Eastern on TBS, TNT, and all kinds of other stations.
Yeah, I mean, 48 states have loosened their restrictions, but Massachusetts and I think New York have not. So there's
I started Lyft driving again yesterday.
Good for you. With your mask on, I'm sure, right?
Of course. Shoot.
I might be able to go music trivia.
Hey, you know what? I just ordered a shield for my car.
To put it between your front seat and back seat?
No, that actually encases the front seat, so I have no ability to spread or be spread upon.
Okay.
When I'm inside the car. And the material this stuff is made of, the coronavirus won't stick to it.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Brett opened up a can of worms there. There's a topic.
Brett, the TV money makes up a lot, believe it or not. The professional sports leagues outside of the NCAA do not depend on the fans being in the stadiums for monetary support.
I don't think so. Certain sports don't rely on games.
I'm talking the top four. NBA doesn't. Major League Baseball, NFL, NHL all get most of their money from TV contracts.
NHL does not.
No?
No way. No. And the CFL is going to die up here this year too because it's all gate driven. This is the big ugly truth. And a lot of us are all sports fans, right?
Right.
The new normal might not include a lot of sports in the future.
Correct.
Real possibility.
Because
are we still going to be, is this going to be a thing? Like, do you think? I don't know. I just seeing what Brett put, and it's just like the new normal. The NFL, the NFL's got money out the yin yang when it comes to TV rights.
So does baseball.
So does baseball, but the other ones.
Well, the NBA is doing pretty well from TV too.
NBA is okay, but it's still gate driven. It's still a lot of gate results.
It's like, you know what? The Yankees wouldn't be the money driven franchise that they are if they didn't have their own TV station.
Right.
The Yes Network.
Right.
Plus, not having a salary cap. Plus, not having a salary cap in baseball helps too. So, but
Well, yeah, but that goes for other teams too that can exceed that salary cap, like Boston, LA, and all those people.
Yeah, but what about what I'm saying is what about the Washington?
The criminal
Nationals,
part is
right?
you're playing in a big city and you're going to catch heat for it. Plain and simple.
Right.
I don't know. I think it's going to be a year or two from now.
It's going to the atmosphere and the makeup of professional sports leagues in 2 years will probably be different than what we're used to in the past. I agree.
Considerably.
It might be more TV driven.
Correct.
Than anything else.
Don't you wish you invested in esports 10 years ago?
Right.
Hey guys, let's have a little fun. I got a thing here that I was looking at this week, and it allows you to create what you believe is the ultimate wide receiver.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
there's 4 categories to the wide receiver that stand out: hands, speed, route running, and how they do with contested catches.
What site is this?
Okay.
Mm.
It was on Twitter somewhere.
So-
So,
Okay.
I didn't see it on Twitter, but I discovered it elsewhere. So, for instance, in the hands category, okay, you got 4 guys to choose from. Which one do you think is the best when it comes to hands?
Fitz.
Michael Thomas, DeAndre Hopkins, Julio Jones, or Larry Fitzgerald?
Fitz.
Fitzgerald.
And you know what the statistic proves that? He has more tackles in his career.
More tackles than
passes.
drops.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Can you believe that?
Of course, he would have
He's a
had one,
beast.
he would have had one more tackle had he caught up to James Harrison in the Super Bowl, but that's a whole.
Yeah. He nearly did too.
I know he did.
Yeah, he got there just about a yard late.
There.
He went for the
All right.
ball, missed.
So when it comes hands down, no pun
Fitz.
intended,
Yeah, I'd say Fitz.
Larry Fitzgerald.
Yeah, fits.
All right, when it comes to speed, we got Hollywood Brown from the Ravens.
Hmm.
We got Will Fuller, the 5th, from Houston. You got the kid Ross from Cincinnati, and of course Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill. Yeah.
Tyreek Hill.
The cheetah. He's the
That's
fastest
pretty
man in the NFL.
unanimous.
He's the
Yeah.
man. He's the
Yeah.
fastest man in the
So
NFL.
now you got a guy with the hands of Fitzgerald and the speed of Tyreek Hill.
Guess who I'm going to pick for the routes? But go and
I think I know.
Yeah. Get my new favorite guy in the world.
Route running. Michael Thomas, Devontae Adams, Amari Cooper, or John's choice, Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs, yes.
Route
Although I know,
running,
you know what? Michael Thomas runs a really good route, though.
I think Michael Thomas is kind of
I would go with Michael Thomas.
I
Guys
think
are
Thomas
haters,
has
man.
established
Guys are
himself as one of the
haters.
best.
Bills Mafia. What?
I would have to go with Michael Thomas.
Yes,
Yeah,
Michael
yeah.
Thomas.
He runs some crazy routes.
Stephon Diggs all day, every day.
Now contested catches.
Brett,
Robinson
people are going to watch whether they're at the stadiums or at home. They're going to watch. Doesn't matter.
That's right.
It's true.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, people will watch more.
Yeah.
TV ratings will be through the roof.
Did you guys see the TV ratings in the last? I mean, oh my God! For the NFL draft and the NFL, what was it? It was the draft and the schedule release. The 3-hour schedule release got a 15 rating. Give me a break.
Dude, at this point, you can have international hopscotch tournaments and people
Yeah,
will
man.
tune
Dude,
in.
bowling is legit now.
Yes.
Let's go.
Let's go bowling. Yeah. All
Competitive.
right, and last but not least, contested catch. We got
In
Robinson.
other words, the ability to go up and get the. In other words, the ability to go up and get the ball.
Yeah.
Okay.
In other words, in a one-on-one,
Mm-hmm.
they can outdo the defender.
Is David Tyree in there?
And neither is his helmet. All right, so we got Robinson the second from Denver,
Mm-hmm.
Galladay from Detroit, DeAndre Hopkins, and Julio Jones.
Julio.
Ooh.
Julio.
But if it was all time, I'd go Megatron. Because
Yeah,
no
Megatron,
one was
of course.
guarding him.
I mean, Megatron would be there in place of Galladay,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
I'm torn between DeAndre and
Julio, just because he's a bigger body.
Yeah, I think Julio does because
He's a bigger body, yeah.
He's a
Hopkins
big-
catches a lot, though, but like
Julio because of his big
Julio's a
body.
beast,
I-
man.
And Julio's
I wanna go with
and when
Julio.
Julio's healthy, ain't nobody gonna get the ball from him. So yeah, I'll go with Julio.
So
I miss
basically,
Megatron, though.
everybody
Megatron was
agreed
fun,
on
though.
I think somebody
hands.
wasn't on that last list.
Everybody agreed on hands, speed, and contested catch. Route running. I think
But
pretty
I'm
much everybody
biased.
agreed on it except for the homer of
I'm biased. I'm a homer, but I still won't pick any of these guys for my fantasy teams. Go figure.
What do you mean? I'd pick DeAndre.
Josh Allen. No, I'm talking about the Bills.
The Bills.
Josh
Okay.
Allen will have a good year.
So we've already figured out what the ultimate wide receiver looks like.
Mm-hmm.
I think we were pretty unanimous on it, weren't we?
Outside of Stephon Diggs, yeah.
Outside of the route running, we were
Yeah.
pretty unanimous.
You guys are hating. You guys are absolutely hating.
Well, we haven't seen him. Hey,
Almost
we
unanimous.
haven't
didn't
seen
have
him
a
route.
homer.
We haven't seen him route running.
Bro, dude, Michael Thomas is more of a home run guy, man. Like,
What?
think of what
Catch
Stephon Diggs
everything.
does
Well,
on a route
yeah.
compared to what Michael Thomas does.
Hello, Minneapolis Miracle.
Yeah, Michael
Yeah.
Thomas is up and down, man. Like,
No, he catches everything.
Dude, Michael Thomas. What do you mean up and down?
Michael Thomas was probably the best route runner.
I
in the
know,
NFL.
I know. I'm just playing Homer.
We're-
Leave
I know,
me
we're
be.
just,
Yeah,
we're
he's-
just
he's
talking
arguing
route
it.
runner.
He's getting
Leave-
in his he's getting his digs in before
Yeah, I'm getting the digs in, right? Yeah.
before he decides to face
Oh.
reality.
What a world, what a world.
All right, well, that was fun.
I have some more one more article here I want to talk about, and Bob is not going to appreciate this, but I'm going to bring it up anyway.
Uh-oh.
This happened earlier this week. This is in regards to a game that was played in 2010 between the Steelers and the Browns,
Mm.
when James Harrison about decapitated Muhammad Massaquoi.
Oh, I remember that. Massaquoi.
Yes. Okay.
He got paid.
Um,
He got paid for that, didn't he?
James Harrison said that Coach Mike Tomlin gave him an envelope following that game against the Browns, but he would not say what was in the envelope. Which brings us back to the headhunting days in New Orleans. You know, of course, now Harrison came out later to give him credit. Finally denied it on Twitter that he was not headhunting. He wasn't getting paid for it. He was just making a snide comment. Okay. Browns fans are all up in tatters because of what happened with Myles Garrett last year, and compared now they're saying, oh, look what James Harrison was doing back in the day. So, but it is what it is. You know what? I love James Harrison.
Well,
James
Muhammad
Harrison-
Massaquoi, really?
James
Who is he?
Harris, yeah, Massaquoi was a 10th round, or not 10th round, but a
He was like
number
If you're
5
gonna hit
receiver.
if you're gonna try to decapitate somebody, at least do it to somebody with a
Oh,
name.
after Josh Gordon or something like that.
Yeah,
you know
but
what I'm saying?
2010, well, who was on the
Wide
Browns?
receiver.
Yeah.
Well,
That
Massaquoi was
was probably,
something.
hey, that was probably Cleveland's best receiver in 2000.
Well, no, I don't know that, but
Dude, can I just say something as like, first of all, this is being recorded, so it's all on wax. This is all being recorded beautifully. Please do not take this as I think headhunting is part of the game at all, okay? But here's what happened a couple of years ago when a certain Rob Gronkowski tried to take off Tre'Davious White's head
Oh yeah,
in a game,
Oh yeah.
right?
yes.
he got kicked out of the game. And
He got
Mhm.
kicked out of the game, but like that could have ended that kid's career,
Yes.
right? Like it could
Could
have.
have.
Now,
And
Bill's
that was-
Twitter was
and that
alive. The hills were alive with the sound of music on Bill's Twitter.
Yes.
Okay. I was in agreement of, hey, Sean McDermott, the next time you play the Patriots, you go and get one of your guys and take their heads off. I was okay with it because it was the Patriots and the old third loose.
and I love Gronk, and I said he deserves suspended.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, I
and
am a big Gronk fan, and I said he deserves everything that he is going to get, and
He got a
then some.
slap on the wrist.
Right.
He didn't even
And
get, I
he
think he got
did.
kicked out one game and the
Yeah.
next.
And I was in full support of
I-
Garrett getting
I was-
suspended when he did to Mason
I
Rudolph.
was-
I was in full support of
John,
that.
that was
Yeah.
that was the game in Buffalo, wasn't it?
It was in Buffalo. Yep. Yeah.
I think
And
I know
I
a
said-
couple of people who were
I
at
saw
that game.
one.
Yeah, it was one of the dildo games. Yeah. Anytime Tommy comes to Buffalo, they throw the dildos on the field. It's awesome.
Mhm.
It's awesome.
I can't see the list. Is Katie here?
Yeah, she's
Today?
here. She's here somewhere.
Weren't you and Sean at that game?
Come on, Katie, speak up.
I don't think she's here. Shouldn't say
I
that.
saw her come in.
Really?
No.
Yep.
I believe she and Sean Burton were at that game.
Anyways, that's my
I
rant
remember
for
the
the.
play.
But I totally get it. The headhunting. I get it. I totally get it. Do I agree with it? No. If it's the Patriots, yeah, go ahead. Take
That's,
it.
that's,
Don't care at all.
that's the equivalent of baseball, a pitcher throwing at somebody's head.
Yep.
That's what that
Right.
is.
Like I'm not saying take his head off like hurt him, but like hit him really hard. Like, and put a little more effort. Like when you're tackling him, pick him up a little and throw him on the ground. You know, you don't need to take his head off. You don't need to be dirty about it, but just be a little bit more forceful.
Physical.
Let's step into the Wayback Machine for just a little bit. Scott, you might remember this one. What Jack Tatum did to Daryl Stingley.
Oh yeah, but that was a clean hit.
That would happen to him.
Scott is old as shit.
today?
That's why.
Yes.
But that was a clean hit.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, it was. It was at the time. At the rules that were in place at the time, that was a clean hit.
He
Oh, yeah,
came
I know.
up-
Jack
he came
Tatum-
over the
That happened
middle,
today.
and Lester took his ass out.
Yeah, Jack Tatum.
He just hit him in a spot that wound up paralyzing him.
Yeah.
But you know what? You can't
Would
blame the
that be a
guy
legal
that
hit
put.
today?
Who's the Steeler that got his spine fucked up last year? Ryan
Oh, it wasn't. No, it was.
Shazier, Ryan Shazier.
Shazier. Ryan Shazier, right?
Yeah, it was. That was like.
You can't blame the guy that. You can't blame the guy
No.
that. You know,
That was
it
just-
happens. It's part of the
Yeah,
game.
it happened.
No,
Oh, and again, but
that was
Shazier was responsible for that hit because he caused it himself because he
Right, exactly. That was still
he laid out into to the player. Yes.
the Gronkowski one, that was something that was totally different. That was more
Well,
Well, he was out of
blatant.
bounds when Gronk hit him, wasn't he?
He was on the ground. Like
how
the play
about-
was over.
Yeah.
How
Gronk
about the
got
de-
up and
Hey, how about the
lunged at him.
defense? How about the defensive back that ran into Vance McDonald that one Monday night?
Oh, that was clean too.
That's stiff arm.
That was a hell of a stiff
He
arm.
threw that guy back like 10 yards, dude.
Oh yeah, that's still a hell of a stiff arm. That was a hell of a play,
Agreed.
but that was legal.
I
That was one of the best
absolutely
stiff
love
arms I've
it.
ever seen, you know.
But the Gronk thing on Tre'Davious White, that was
Well, the play was
that
over.
was blatantly over the line. That was probably the one that I have seen that was
Well,
blatantly
yeah,
over
because the play was kind of dead, and he went back and you know what I'm
Yeah, he
saying?
went back. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
different. But if it's a contact play,
Right. Oh yeah, no. Contact plays are kind of up in the air. It's 50-50 if it's legal
Yeah.
or not. But that play, like what Bob's
No, I
talking
get
about, it was dead. The play was dead.
That
Gronk
was,
got up, turned
Okay.
around, looked at him, and lunged at him.
so
Right.
each of you guys are on the clock right now.
Who?
All of y'all,
okay.
For what?
okay? You're on the clock.
For what?
I got 8 quarterbacks here. If they were all in the same draft class, who would you pick first?
Okay.
Now, I'm going to start with
Jim Kelly.
Scott.
They're probably
Okay,
going to be.
Scott,
They're probably going to be second tier quarterbacks. Hey, Lionel.
Okay, here we go. I'm
here's your choices. And you guys listen in because you're going to get to make your pick as well.
Let him finish the list before we say anything. Okay, I'm just saying.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Carson Wentz, Deshaun Watson, Dak Prescott, Tua Tagovailoa, Sam Darnold, Teddy Bridgewater, Lamar Jackson, or Jimmy Garoppolo.
I know who.
Scott?
That was only like 6. That wasn't 8.
It is like what is it?
That was
This is
8.
like
That was
Final
8.
Jeopardy here.
I'm
Like
gonna
how long
go.
you got to
I'm
answer?
gonna go with.
This is going to be your franchise quarterback, basically.
I'm gonna go with Deshaun Jackson.
Who?
Deshaun
sorry.
Jackson.
No,
He's
Deshaun-
awesome.
no.
He's
Deshaun
awesome.
Watson,
That's
excuse
a
me. Deshaun Watson.
quarterback.
Deshaun Jackson?
Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson.
Yes.
Sean Watson, Houston.
John?
Oh, Lamar Jackson. Like, yeah, Lamar.
Okay. And let's go to Mr. KC Masterpiece.
Lionel, he's showing off his Yankee fandom. That's why he's wearing the mask in the house.
Lamar Jackson.
Good. Mr. Pizzer?
Deshaun Watson.
Pizzer, really? You gotta call him Pizzer.
Okay, so 2 said Deshaun Watson and 2 said Lamar Jackson.
You're gonna break the tie, Elliot?
Yeah, because if I had to narrow it down, it would be down to those two guys.
Right.
Same.
But I can't stand the Baltimore Ravens, so I'm going with Deshaun.
And we've talked about this in the past. Lamar Jackson's type of play is not long for the NFL.
Oh,
Sorry.
God, spare
That's
me.
Michael Vick.
Yeah. Well, Michael
Yeah,
Vick,
it is Michael Vick. What's wrong with Vick?
No. Michael Vick is. I disagree. Michael Vick is totally different.
Michael Vick
Michael Vick's amazing.
Yeah,
Michael Vick, if he didn't go to jail, would have been probably the top 3 quarterback of all time. Come on.
Michael Vick, whenever he came out of prison, he
still played good for Philadelphia. He still played good for Philly.
When he first came out of prison
for years, whenever he played for Atlanta.
When he came out of prison, his first game back on Monday night, he scored 59 fantasy points.
Yes, exactly.
He was a walking video game.
Yeah.
In the middle of the game.
The difference
he couldn't get to the ultimate step.
Right. Now, the difference between Mike Vick and Lamar Jackson right now is Mike Vick was built like a brick shithouse. He was a big guy. He was a big dude.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Vick?
Mike Vick. Yeah, he was big. He was a big kid. Okay.
Wasn't that big.
And he could take a beating. Lamar Jackson hasn't proven himself yet. Vick was a better passer.
Lamar's had 2 years in the league.
At this point, Vick was at this point.
No, I know. I'm not saying he's going to be better than Michael Vick, but this assumption that Michael Vick was like a bad quarterback because he ran.
Lamar's either going to pull a Patrick Mahomes and win his second season.
Right.
He's just not going to win.
What I need to say about this.
What?
Michael Vick, whenever he came into the league, I said he is going to be dynamic.
Yes,
I would draft him every single damn year in fantasy, and it would burn me the whole time he played for the Falcons.
Yep.
Whenever he left the Falcons, went to jail, and came back, and I said, I was watching that game whenever he was in his first game. I said, Michael Vick learned to throw.
Yes.
And I picked him up in mid-game. I ended up winning fantasy football championships that year.
And Lionel.
That's because of the big chip on his shoulder. Okay?
Yeah, and let me respond to Lionel. Lamar Jackson at this point in his career is not a better passer.
Lamar Jackson's a pretty good passer.
I will give in fact he is. He's got a good. He's learning and he's gonna be better.
And he's still a kid, 2 years in the league.
Exactly. That's my.
Now I don't fault you guys for saying Deshaun Watson. I think Deshaun Watson got a bum deal because Bill O'Brien got rid of Hopkins. That was
Bill O'Brien's an idiot. We all know that.
But you can't go wrong with Deshaun Watson. I think Deshaun Watson's awesome. Right. But I just think Lamar has that X factor.
Yeah.
He has that Michael Vickness. Not Michael Vick, but Michael Vickness.
Yeah.
Right.
But does it sustain throughout the postseason is the question. Because you mentioned Michael Vick, you mentioned a lot of quarterbacks like Michael Vick or like Lamar Jackson, and the only one so far that has really done it is Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
Right, but he wasn't.
But that's because Patrick Mahomes can pass too from any angle.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
With any hand.
With any hand, right? You can left-handed
and sidearm.
Yes.
Yeah. He can bounce that shit off his helmet and complete a pass.
Right.
Okay. He can.
I don't think you can go wrong with either one. I picked Lamar for the X factor. If just like Lionel says, I think he's got the potential to surpass Vick. And Vick, to me, if he didn't go to jail, is a top 3 quarterback of all time.
Yes.
Real
but he had to go to jail to get his mind straight.
And he did. And he paid his dues. And these people that still hold this against him blows my mind. Blows my mind that people still hold it against him. Again,
Cubs win!
Young.
Cubs win!
Hey, Cubs win! Yay, Cubbies! Yay, Cubbies!
And you know who had the game-winning hit? A former Tampa Bay Ray named Ben Zobrist. Doesn't that suck? Your team lost because...
Just keep pouring salt in that freaking wound, Elliot. Go ahead. Got it, just keep pouring salt in that wound. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you know what? I got a whole sack of
Let's
salt
tighten
over
that
here.
tourniquet just a little bit tighter.
Next thing you know, he's gonna start broadcasting the drive or the fumble too. So, but we won't talk about that.
Oh, don't make me check the archives. Don't force me to go into the archives.
Oh God. All right.
I've got one last rant I want to put about against the NFL.
All right, go ahead.
There is a guy on YouTube by the name of Dave Volsky who has put together a channel that has some of the greatest music that the NFL Films has used
Yes.
over the years,
Yes.
and some of the best highlights from the 1960s, 70s, and everything.
Yeah.
The NFL Properties Division has issued a cease and desist order against him and has pretty much forced him to shut down his channel tomorrow. All these things that he's put together will be wiped out. I don't know the guy personally, but from a production standpoint, he has put together some of the best archives footage I've ever seen, and used the music.
Who's telling him to cease and desist?
NFL.
The NFL Properties.
And where did he put it up? Like on a website or something?
On YouTube.
YouTube.
Oh,
YouTube
please hold.
channel.
Yeah. Yeah. My only question is, was
he has made absolutely no. Yeah.
Okay. Put it up on the blockchain and it can't come down.
Yeah.
Was he making any money off it?
No, none whatsoever. And
so do you know him or you don't know him?
I don't know him. No,
oh.
I do not know him. But I only know him through what he's put on YouTube.
Right.
Which is some of the best footage. I've seen some music on there that I was spent 30 years trying to figure out what these tunes were called. He's had his channel for 6 years. NFL, who claims that we guard this diligently, never approached him or anything until just now. Someone in the NFL Properties office saw it and complimented him on it, and one of his superiors said, "Wait a minute, what's going on here?" And they have filed.
Was he making any ad revenue off
no.
off it? He wasn't making.
He was not making a dime off of it. None.
All right, then what is the problem? What is the NFL's problem with it?
Because they claim that they own it all,
and he can't use it without their permission.
Can't use it without their permission.
But if he's not making any money off of it, then
they own the rights. They own the rights. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. They own the rights. They own
now,
the rights.
If it's a fan site, all of these fan YouTube channels should be shut down, which they're not.
Exactly.
Right? So my recommendation, because he's not making any money from it, tell him to just go to the blockchain. If you put it on the blockchain, you can raise hell. You could try to shut the world down. You ain't doing it. Okay? Here's a fun story about Hive. When it first launched, there was a company in Canada called Hive Blockchain Mining Technologies or something. They sent a cease and desist. It's funny, though. Where do you send the cease and desist to a decentralized blockchain? No one owns it.
Because nobody owns it.
It's a blockchain. It's immutable. It's there forever. So that's what I would recommend, especially all the YouTube people that are getting shut down. Come to 3Speak. Go to DTube. Just come to Hive. And anyways, that's my pitch for the blockchain.
Yeah, it's a good story, Ken. We're gonna change the mood a little bit, guys, because I got a couple of tributes I want to put out there.
Oh gosh, are you really going over people that died that none of us know? No, come on.
Yes.
Oh, dude, every time there's someone from the 50s or 40s that has died that none of us know, it's not like our cousins or our uncles.
I mean, bringing up people that we thought were dead already.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know half these people, and he's always like, "Oh, I got to do a tribute to these people." It's like, no one cares, man. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
It was like, hey, you know what, Phyllis George? I didn't know she was still alive. You know?
Yes, Phyllis George is the first one I'm talking about. She was the first in studio co-host of NFL Today on CBS back in 19. She ran from 75 to 84.
I remember watching her as a teenager.
She passed away yesterday after a long illness. It wasn't COVID related.
And you know who took over for her? Jane Kennedy.
Jane Kennedy
Mhm.
Jane Kennedy came in, and then Phyllis George came back.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey,
I'm
Jane
not
Kennedy.
of
Hey,
this
hey, John, you wanna?
generation.
Hey,
The
John, you wanna appreciate?
geriatrics here. So
John.
I don't know who the hell they're talking.
John, you ought to appreciate this. She was a
And me
fine.
and John,
Jane
you're going-
Kennedy was a fine young black woman.
Yes. And Phyllis George was a 1970 Miss America from Texas. Was also the first lady of the state of Kentucky. Hey,
Well-
Billy, hey, Clarky, go to hell. Anyway, next one, of course, is Fred Willard.
Who?
Comedian Fred Willard.
You know, when they said Fred Willard, I thought that Willard from Ben had died or something like that.
Oh, God.
Mhm.
Who's Fred Willard?
Oh,
He's in Best in Show, which
Best
was
in Show.
funny
He's-
ass movie,
yes.
but
Yeah.
like he did like he was
in all kinds of shit, man. He was
all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
He wasn't a top tier.
Nah,
guy.
but he's like 86. It's like, like dudes, like if I live to be 70, it'll be a miracle. Like these guys are living to be like 80, 90, and it's like, oh, we're so it's like Betty White still hasn't died. When she dies, I'm sure it'll be a national holiday. Like, I mean, it's just it's I don't get it, man.
Betty White is older than sliced bread. Okay, that's how it's seriously, she really is.
He
So
was on the first
Hey.
TV show.
Betty White invented sliced bread.
okay, there you go.
Keith Richards looked like he was older than Betty White.
You know what?
Yeah, true.
He's older than Dust, yo.
Keith Richards never dying either, man. That's
COVID's
another
gonna
one.
kill all of us, and the only ones to be left with Betty White and Keith Richards. So the only two-
Oh, hey, wait a minute. Don't forget Frank Gore.
Oh yeah, Frank Gore. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Q's on. What's up, man? This is my crypto brother.
Oh God.
Heck, Frank Gore will end up getting an NFL contract.
His son is now a freshman in college, and they were on Mike and Golick and Wingo this week. They were debating. They threw a question out. In 3 years, who's going to be in the NFL? Which of these are going to be in the NFL? Frank Gore Jr., or both?
Oh,
Mhm.
And that's not too far fetched.
No, it's not. It's not. The way Frank
You got to
Gore-
get off this celebrity worship stuff, man. You got to
By that
stop
time,
it.
maybe by that time, Steve Smith
Notice-
12 will be
notice,
in the
John,
league.
that I haven't shed a tear for any of them.
Oh, I haven't either.
Dude, it's like, listen, God rest their souls. Well journey and all, but it's like, that's life, man. And I'm not trying to take anything away, but it's like, how many billion of people on the planet? And there's like, dude, like if I pass away, are you going to give me a tribute, Scott?
Yes.
Will you give me a Ditka? Yes,
Yeah.
Ditka. If Mike Ditka passes away, do we do an entire segment on Mike Ditka?
And we talk like that the whole
The entire time we talk about Polish sausage.
Fuck Mike Ditka.
Ditka.
Not only that, we all smoke cigars too.
There you go.
I love trolling with that, Scott, because
I know you do.
you and Whittle are the worst on Twitter. Like there's someone who passes away that like it's someone who like not like Elliot said like an A-lister. It's someone that's like, and it's like, oh, you guys are like IRP and this and this and it's just like, oh my gosh, man. It's like
I mean, RIP.
RIP.
No, you said IRP, but that's okay.
IRP?
What would happen if Mike Ditka got into a fight with a hurricane? Who would win? The Bears.
How many
Love
bucks is
Bears.
Oh, what a good. It's a great day for drinking beers.
Hey, I got a list here of 9 dark horses for MVP this year.
Josh Allen.
At number 9,
He
Michael
walks
Thomas.
off.
At number 9, Michael Thomas. You agree with that?
How's
Or-
that dark horse?
How is that a dark horse? Because
Yeah,
he's
it's
not a
not really a
quarterback.
dark
You know
horse.
why that's not a dark? You know why that's a dark horse?
Because he's a receiver.
Because he's a receiver, and receivers never win MVP.
Okay.
Okay, so that's about as dark a horse as you can be.
Mike
Okay.
Ditka was a tight end, but he could have still been a wide receiver and won.
There you go.
At number 8, now some of these you guys are gonna be like, no, fuck that. At number 8, Drew Lock.
No. No.
No.
No.
I thought so too.
No.
But the way he played at the end of last season, if he can move that on going to the future,
Melvin
Could be
Gordon is
interesting,
not
but there's
the.
too many other people that
Okay.
should be MVP. At number 7, Derrick Henry.
I can see that.
No, and I think the Tennessee Titans were a one-hit wonder, and they are going back to reality.
You think so?
Brett says clipboard Jesus for MVP.
Jared Stidham, yeah, Stidham, yeah, exactly, Bill.
Yeah, Clark
Number
is-
6, Matt Ryan.
Right? No.
Matt Ryan.
Yeah. No.
Ryan.
No. Because
Ryan's playing his way out of the
Atlanta's
league now.
Well, he's going to have
Atlanta's
Todd Gurley, which might
Gonna have
help
Todd Gurley and Julio
open his
Jones.
running
That's a
game.
pretty good one too.
open his passing
I
game.
think,
He's
I
got
think the
Jones
window for
down the
Atlanta has
field.
passed. The window
And
for Atlanta
Calvin
passed.
Ridley,
28 to
Calvin
3
Ridley
in
will
the
have
fourth
another
quarter.
season under his belt.
Yeah.
Number
What's
5, Alvin Kamara. Now remember, these are dark horses. This is not people, you know what I'm saying? These are at the edge of the boundary.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Alvin Kamara. I could see that from a standpoint of him not having a great year last year.
You'll
But
have a good
I
year.
still think that offense. I still think that offense is driven by Drew Brees.
Oh yeah,
Or-
absolutely.
And
But
if anybody's
it's
going to
still
win,
a
if
scheme.
anybody's going to win the MVP on that team, it's going to
gonna
be
be Drew.
Drew Brees. And number 4, Derek Carr. Don't throw anything at me. I'm just reading off a list.
Get the hell out of here.
No.
It'd be interesting to look back a year from now.
As long as his head coach is John Gruden, no, it's not going to happen.
And number 3 is Ezekiel Elliott.
If Dak plays, yes, I can see it.
Well, actually, if Dak doesn't play, he might get more carries.
Possibility.
He hasn't signed his tender yet, has he, Kenny?
No, he's not.
Okay,
$31
at
million
number
on
2.
the table he unsigned.
At number 2, Baker Mayfield.
No. No. No.
No?
No.
You don't
Not
think
even,
Baker
not even
got
I
in
will
there?
say that. Not even I will say that.
Well, I know you wouldn't say it
No.
because then we jump all over you about it.
Well, yeah, but that's he's Baker's got a lot to prove after last year. I no.
He was ranked number 3 last year overall. Oops.
That's because of his rookie season, and they thought he was the next coming of whoever
Exactly.
the greatest quarterback is.
Well, and I think that has a lot to do with the Drew Lock thing as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
Drew Lock.
Last year was his second season.
Yeah,
Okay, and at number 1,
Andy Dalton. Clarky goes, Andy Dalton.
yeah, really, comeback player of the year and MVP, right? Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
And at number 1, Josh Allen.
Oh hell, that ain't gonna happen.
That ain't gonna happen.
No.
$50.
No.
$50.
Yeah.
Money where your mouth is. Come on, $50 right now. It's on blockchain too, man. Come on.
Look, in year 2, he significantly boosted his marks and completion
Thank you.
percentage.
Yes, sir.
58.8 up from 52.8 in 2018. His TD to interception ratio went from 20 to 9 up from 10 to 12.
Yep.
Okay. Passer rating of 85.3 up from 67.9.
Yep.
Not to mention, he showcased a definite clutch gene, leading the NFL in fourth quarter comebacks
Yep.
and game-winning drives.
Yep.
Behind his guidance, the Bills reached double-digit wins for the first time in this millennium,
And now he's got Stephon Diggs to throw to.
making the playoffs for the second time in the past 20 seasons.
Yep.
Wow.
And it was because of Andy Dalton that they made it the first time.
True. Yeah, the first one was a fluke. Bro, the first one was a fluke, okay? Let's be honest. But
That's why all
this one was
That's why all
earned,
those
man.
Bills fans made a contribution to Andy Dalton's charity is because they give me.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. That's Bills Mafia, man. We're the best, bro. Come on.
Yeah, most times how a quarterback goes, the team goes, words uttered by Sean McDermott. Josh is very aware of that in his responsibilities. I think the team is going places, and I think this aerial attack is about to explode.
Yep.
Brandon Beane brilliantly traded for Stephon Diggs, giving Allen a legit number 1 wide receiver.
A legit,
Those two will make
legit for
beautiful
sure.
music together.
Definitely.
And don't forget about Allen's great chemistry with John Brown and Cole Beasley.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay.
And now you got thunder and lightning in the backfield.
With Tampa Bay, with Tom Brady and Tampa Bay, Buffalo will take the AFC with at least 11 or 12 wins. Allen will put up monster numbers with his arm and leg to complement McDermott's great defense. This is a player to watch on a team to watch. Big things coming.
And and that was like the experts, because I know the article you're talking about. I watched like a lot of the Good Morning Football guys were talking about it all week.
Fantasy pros.
Here's the other things. The X factors, like I've said, you guys past couple of weeks, Dawson Knox. If Dawson Knox steps up and takes a monster leap this year, that tight end position is on lock. Now you've got, I mean, look at the weapons you've got, dude. I mean, it's in the defense to back it up. So you're going to get the ball more because they're going to be turning it over all the time. They're going to yes, I'm a homer, but there's reasons behind it. And it's not just me being a fan.
But you have hope for a change.
I have hope for a change. It's not one of those, it's the beginning of the season, I have hope Buffalo Bill seasons.
No.
You might get to 8-8.
No more Brady, no more Gronk. I honestly have hope this season.
Yes.
Plus, you've got additional weapons that you didn't have last year.
Yeah, and figures it's when there's COVID-19.
Correct.
Right. So, season might not even go on, but
And the reason they're giving Baker Mayfield some love here is because, I mean, Cleveland went out and got an offensive lineman by the name of Jedrick Wills.
Right.
Okay.
Conklin.
They went out and got Jack Conklin.
Yep.
So their line is just like all sewn up at this point.
As long as Wills can make the transformation from right tackle to left tackle, I'm happy.
Then they got Pro Bowl tight end Austin Hooper.
Yes, they did. We went and got him.
Okay. And don't they have Njoku too?
We've also gotten Njoku, yes.
Okay.
And Stefanski
and then you got Beckham. You got Beckham, Landry, Chubb, and Kareem Hunt. That's a pretty.
And we got Higgins. Offense. We got Higgins back too.
And I mean, it's possible. I mean,
the only question mark I have right now, I don't have a question mark on the offense. I have questions on the defense. That's my.
But that's always the question mark in Cleveland. Is defense. So
we'll see. Again, I'm taking the same approach this year that I took last year. Until I see it on the field, I'm not getting all hyped up for it. I'm just saying. Not all. Again, Baker had a lot of issues last year, including the coaching staff and the front office. Again, going against him because there was never any consistency and nobody was on the same page. The offseason has gone pretty well so far this year with all the coaches and all the front office people on the same page. Bill Callahan has nothing but praise for Stefanski. So far, so good. But until I see it on the field, I'm not gonna. Yeah.
When Cleveland will start winning when they get a logo. Okay, that's when they'll start winning.
Exactly. Put a dog on there or something.
Just put a dog on it, bro. What's wrong with the dog, man? Put a Rottweiler.
Yeah, a nice brown Rottweiler.
It's a bulldog. Thank you very much.
Well, it should be a Rottweiler. They're better. All right. Good show.
We're getting there. 12 minutes to go.
You were talking esports earlier, John. Well, here's one for you. I'm going to bring up a story on esports.
Oh boy, where's Nosy? Is he still here? No,
I don't know.
Yeah.
The first Madden Bowl championship was held. That wasn't the first Madden, I'm sorry, but the Madden championship was held this past weekend. Mm-hmm. And in competitive Madden, Radio Joke Brito is widely considered one of the greatest competitors on the sticks, with over $200,000 in career earnings, 11 EA major appearances, and multiple Madden Bowl Final Fours. But he had never quite been able to get to the top of the mountain. That changed Saturday. He was able to use his run only offense to a 17-0 shutout. Not only did he have a run only offense, his quarterback was a punter. Didn't throw one pass in the entire game, run only. And he won the Madden Bowl championship.
Good for him.
You know what that tells me? That Madden is broken.
I haven't played Madden in so long, dude.
It tells me that Madden is broken.
I haven't played Madden since probably 2010. It's probably the last one I bought.
Why is it broken?
You know what that reminds me of, Scott?
What's that?
When I was a kid, I had one of these football games. I can't even remember which one it was.
Probably Techno Bowl or something like that.
No. This was way before all the
was
TV
it was it was it electronic football with the guys on the
No. This is a board game and dice and everything.
Okay.
And one of my best friends across the street beat me in the last play of the game on a 99-yard field goal.
Nice.
99-yard field goal.
Thanks, Brett. I love you too.
That's
All right,
epic.
guys. Hey, which
Yeah, that was
NFC
epic.
team? Which NFC team is likely to go from worst to first? The Cardinals, the Panthers, the Redskins, or the Lions?
That'd be the Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Panthers.
You think Bridgewater
You know what?
because of Bridgewater?
No,
I wouldn't
because of the
discount-
division.
That division is going to be just.
It's gonna be
Oh
a
my
tough
God!
road.
The West is going to be tough.
Yeah. So is the South.
The South is going to be tough too. So that comes into play. Like,
I could actually see the Rams finishing last in the West.
Yeah, I've said that before too. Yes,
They've
absolutely.
been projected in a lot of places at 6 and 10.
Rams.
yeah, I don't think the Panthers, but what was the other one? The Lions and who? The Redskins. Oh,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
eh.
No,
I
I'll
don't
say
think-
Redskins.
I think the Cardinals are the best.
I think the Cardinals are your best choice.
Cardinals.
I don't think they'll win the division, but I think they're the best.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
You got-
X
you got-
factor is
You
Hopkins.
got DeAndre Hopkins on one
Seattle
side
Pacific.
and Larry Fitzgerald on the other.
Right. That's
Fucking more do you need?
yeah, that's true.
Who do you double team in that instance?
That's crazy.
First place in that was $65,000, by the way.
Gentlemen, I'm going to
And
bow
boy.
out gracefully. It's a little bit later than I thought it would be, even though I know we go an hour and a half. I just, yeah. So,
That's fine.
um,
We had content this week.
yeah, man. Big shout out to Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. You guys didn't pick them, but you'll see. You'll see.
John, have a good
Bye-bye.
week.
Have a good week, John.
I'm going to get with you later in the week because I'm going to be off Wednesday through Friday, so I'm going to get with you a bit later in the week. All right. All right. It's been a good show, guys.
Hey.
I thought you were getting your.
And this will be the last week officially.
I was going to say I thought you were getting your stuff fixed this week, but you guys.
Wednesday.
Did you get them
is the
pulled
day.
out this week? Is that why that's on there?
Yeah, Wednesday I go in and get the final surgery done, and
Good.
then I'll
Good.
have a whole set of pearly whites.
Try not to leave this one on your roof of your car, okay?
Oh, I can't because these are going to be the snap.
Oh, they're implants. The implants.
Yeah.
Nice.
I got to go after the surgery 6 months with a healing denture, and then in 6 months they put the posts in so that I can snap them.
Gotcha.
And I'll never lose them again.
There you go. There you go. Oh, all right, gentlemen. Well, you all staying safe and you staying home, and
No, I told you I'm
Mhm.
Lyft driving again.
how's work going for you, Bob? You working your ass off? You told me earlier you were getting your ass kicked all week.
I have been getting my ass kicked for 2 months.
Yeah, I bet.
Mm.
I bet.
On Friday night, I went to bed at 6 o'clock.
PM.
Hey,
Yeah.
be happy you're not
I
one of
got
the-
off work after 5 and
Yeah.
I was in bed by 6.
Yeah, I'm not
Bob.
surprised.
You just got to be thankful that you're not one of the 36.5 million people out of work.
Yes.
Exactly.
Ken's
I
one of
know.
them.
I'm grateful for that. But I have been busier than we have been sustained busy for 2 months straight. I mean, which is usually like 1 week and then it tapers off.
Yeah. Kenny, did you get any more news on your unemployment?
Not yet.
Okay. All right. Well, it's just
I
not.
hope-
It's just not that much better in Florida. The website for the state of Florida it's terrible.
Mm.
Terrible.
Well, one in Texas was totally out of date and totally overused and it's gone kaput. And there are more and more people filing every week, and you just have to be patient.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up for this week. Good show. Thank you, guys. Thank everybody for showing up. We actually had double-digit people come in tonight. That was pretty good. So anyway, on behalf of John Giles, Bob the Beerman Pizor, Kenny,
KC Masterpiece.
AC Masterpiece, Mr. Ken Koslow, and Elliot Big E Lamba. I'm the Sports Nerds, and we are out for this week. Thank you, everybody, for showing up, and we'll see you next Sunday.